Alright, just got the deck back. Just made it back home. There it is. To say this more set out in the weather like it did, not bad. Underneath there's a bad spot, but I could deal with that. But there it is. Been blasted, been primed, and now it's waiting for me to apply the paint. Here's the Caterpillar farm paint is the one. This is the John Deere yellow, which I sprayed that on the bottom because I want to see how that Rust-Oleum spray paint is going to adhere to this primer. So the guy who did it said I can rough the deck up a little bit before I spray. That way it adhere, the spray paint would adhere to the primer pretty good. So there's the bad spot. That's it. Say this thing set out so long, that's the spot right there. There's two of them. So nothing that actually ate all the way through the deck. So I'm satisfied. Really satisfied. So there it is. The deck is ready. I'm excited. Can't wait. Can't freaking wait. Oh, can't wait. What? I'm out. I see. Oh, my C model going bye-bye. Goodbye, Junior. Goodbye, Flo. So sorry to see you go. I guess I don't waste no time. The C just left about 10 minutes ago. I done laid out my paint booth over here to get this deck done. And look at all the space I'm gonna have even when that deck is done. So imagine the deck on the machine back there. Tires going back to the storage. Actually, I think I'm done with the pressure washer for now. So where the pressure washer is where the deck would be. So imagine the space. A lot of space. And I'm still working on organizing this junky garage. I found some shelves, some metal shelves. So my plan is to get that shelf. It's gonna go right here where my bench grinder is. I also found a real workbench with some drawers on there, so it's about the same width as this one, this little makeshift thing I made years ago, and it has a light, it has a wall for tools to be hung on, so I'll make room for it. I already got my little Craftsman there, so I'm making some space in this thing. So there we have it. Later. That's the carrier frame that I'm working on. I'm sanding this thing down. First I wasn't gonna do it, but might as well just get this thing looking really good. The deck is already painted over there. And here's the carrier frame. So I started sanding on it. I didn't have this blasted like I had the deck blasted. So I'm gonna do a little sanding. I doubt if I spray under here, but for sure there, over there, up there, the casters. So pretty cool. Got the same yellow as the Corona, a little dragon on there. I took most of the stickers off. I kept these two on there. A little caution sticker, I left that on there. But there's the carrier frame. I should have this thing done, sanding it and paint it. I'm gonna give myself another day because I've made some good progress on it. So that's it for right now. The footage you just watched is from part of it is from late last year when I was getting ready to sell my C model. during that process, I was trying to make room in here to start the deck for the T that I've been working on. So now I'm going to catch you up to speed. Of course, the deck has been painted. The deck has been painted. You saw I sold the C model. The carrier frame, which is the deck is a 42 with the 42-inch carrier frame. That I painted that. I don't think I had any footage painting that. Run the no flat front caster wheels on there. So now I'm ready to assemble that part. Well, you know what? I can't assemble that yet. I can't do it yet. What I have left now is the gearboxes. I gotta put that back on. I'm gonna show you what I'm dealing with these gearboxes. It was like so stupid of what I did. I ruined a perfectly made gearbox, the T gearbox, the one that goes in the middle. Whoever knows anything about Walker, you got these 3 gearboxes on the deck. You got the main T gearbox, then you got the left and the right side. So I couldn't get this deck from off this machine. I guess because it's set up and it was so long, everything just was seized in place. So I couldn't get it off. I didn't know how to use the quick connect. I didn't know that existed till one day. I think Randy, the Countryside, was doing something and he did it. I was like, I didn't even know that existed. So all I had to do was really pull this quick connect back, and I could have took the drive shaft and the deck off so easy. But I'm so used to pulling the deck. I'll show you. Hold on a second. I'll show you. All right, for y'all that's not familiar, this is how it works. Let's see, put this somewhere where you can see everything. This is how it works. So this is the part that goes on the main gearbox under the Walker deck, and they have this quick connect thing, right? See how simple that is? So this goes directly in here. This is the part that connects to the deck. So let's see. You can't just stick the splines in. They're specifically carved out and grooved for certain parts. So okay, this is how it goes. That's how it is. And so this is connected to the main gearbox underneath the deck, under the machine where you sit. So this part is supposed to be easily being able, to move out, because there's a grease fit that goes here. You're supposed to keep that greased. But anyway, it wouldn't come out. So I figured this is where the main T on the gearbox, the main gearbox on the deck goes to this right here. So this was connected to the gearbox, and I can't separate the two, right? So what I did was I hooked a cable to the deck itself, to the arms, and I took my big Super B, and the T at the time was back here where the generator is, and deck was on the ground, of course, and I hooked, there's the Super B there, hooked the chain to it, and I literally yanked this deck. It wasn't sitting like this, it was on the ground. I yanked and yanked and yanked until I was out in the driveway, and it never came apart. So let me show you what happened. I didn't notice it until later, but I ruined a perfectly good the gearbox on the deck. Hold on. So of course nothing gave, so I thought. So what actually ended up giving was this is the T box, the T gearbox on the deck. See the crack in it? That was giving the whole time, and it's not a cheap part. I didn't know that. So finally, I couldn't get the spline out of here, out of the shaft. So what I ended up doing was what you see here. I ended up cutting it. I could have cared less. I was that frustrated. But if I'd have knew about this quick connect, I wouldn't have to deal with cutting this, and I definitely would have to deal with this. So, lesson learned. Now, all of a sudden, I have a project that I started, brought the lawnmower for cheap. Now, all of a sudden, I have to get something like this. It's a new T gearbox, which that came with a price tag. You know why? Because they don't make the original no more. They don't make the original. So guess what I had to do? I had to buy the new T gearbox. And look at this. Do you see it? I had to buy a new one like this too, because the old one won't fit with the new T gearbox. Which, that's what happens when you let your frustration get the best of you. But anyway, this is where I am now with it. The deck is painted. Now all I have to do is, I already have, let's see, all my gaskets for the gearboxes. I have all of that ready to go. It's up here somewhere. Have all those things ready to go. Oh, here they go, right here. That's for the. I'm gonna put new gaskets on the covers on the gearboxes, but I do have the gaskets to go. There they are, right there. Your round gaskets. That's for the gearboxes too. So I just have to actually. I'm gonna take the old ones out. Those are the old ones. These are the old gearboxes. I'm gonna clean those up. Those are still good, and these are where the round gaskets go. I'm gonna also replace. This is where the square gaskets go on top, the covers. So I'll be working on that probably this weekend, and I'll do some footage on that as I do it. So once I do that, I can mount. I'm gonna mount the gearboxes up first, and I know that stuff you have to actually have it timed perfectly. So I'm gonna mount that stuff up, and once I mount it onto the deck, then I can take the deck, and there she is, ladies and gentlemen, mounted to the front of this lady right here. That's here I run. So she's ready. She's ready. I have one concern about this, but I'll check it out once I get that deck on there, and I can actually start the blades up and all that stuff just to make sure. But I won't talk about that because it may not be an issue. But I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. All right, here's a sneak peek. I did a video on it this morning, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek from here. I brought something else. There she is. All right. It's not a walker. I know it's not a walker, but it's a Hustler, but it's yellow, right? The fact that it's yellow, just give me a break, right? Give me a break. It's yellow, but there's no engine. But that's just a sneak peek. That's a Hustler Super Mini Z 52-inch deck. I got it for a steal. Just so y'all know, Hustler was my first Z-Turn, my first rider actually. I still have it, it's in the storage. I'm down one hydro, but before I brought a hydro, I didn't even buy the hydro, but before I actually got really into the Hustler, I started with Walker, so I've been there since. But for sure, the Mini Z is in the storage, it's been there. I'm gonna get that gearbox one day, but that one on the trailer, that's gonna be my next project. When I tell you how much I paid for it, if I tell you how much I paid for it, you wouldn't believe me. $100. No, it's not stolen, but got it last night. I did some video on it, so I'll do that later, or I'll upload something like that later. But that's the update on the T. We're not talking about the Hustler, we're talking about the T. So the T gonna be worked on. Also, I have all the rubber grips. I got new rubber grips for the deck. All that stuff is in here. So T be ready to go soon, but I'll do some footage on that, and I'll update y'all later on that one. So take this. I'm out.